Hello everybody and welcome to the WRESTLEDUDE YouTube channel for this major dream matchup here. We have Chelsea Green going one-on-one with Mickie James, a matchup that many people, I myself included, were excited to see in WWE due to the unfortunate releases of both women. It cannot happen there, so I thought it'd be cool to have it happen here on WWE 2K19 because 2K20 is garbage. This absolute dream match between a legend and, I would say, a legend in the making of Chelsea Green, as we are here in the major wrestling figure podcast arena, just because, I don't know, I don't really use this arena a lot, as there you see Mickie James making her way to the ring for this exciting matchup. What the? Oh, wait a minute, Chelsea Green wasting no time attacking Mickie James from the get-go on the outside. Look at this, attacking Mickie James out there in the aisleway. Oh! And Mickie James not even getting a breath, not even getting a chance to celebrate in the ring, as Mickie James and Chelsea Green, they were seemingly set to have a bit of a partnership, or many people alluded to there was going to be a match or a rivalry between these two, and it never got to happen. And Chelsea Green on social media trying to convince people that she was Mickie James's best friend. Mickie James kind of telling her kind of to back off, I would say. And definitely that sort of craziness is not a stranger to Chelsea Green. Definitely many people would remember her from her whole era in Impact Wrestling, where she was a crazy bride who was half sane, half insane. Seemingly she fixed her sanity before going to WWE, but apparently it was just boiling underneath the surface, and Mickie James was the fire that lit it up enough for it to be unleashed here inside the major wrestling figure podcast arena. And now Chelsea Green, the matchup hasn't even officially started yet. Mickie James is now in the ring. The referee has not rung the bell. Chelsea Green and Mickie James going back and forth here, and now both women in the ring. The matchup has started, and Mickie James, oh, looking for a roll-up pin. The referee has just rung the bell. This could be it. Off the get-go, and Chelsea Green able to kick out of that roll-up pin. Could you imagine that? I mean, they fought on the outside, but could you imagine in the record books if Chelsea Green lost immediately in this matchup to that roll-up pin? That would be such a quick loss for Chelsea Green. But Chelsea now back in control after suplexing Mickie James down to the mat and dropping an elbow across the throat. Both of these women seemingly have kind of similar career moments. If you remember, Mickie James was kind of the crazy fan of Trish Stratus, and then you have Chelsea Green, who was the crazy ex-bride. They definitely have a bit of crazy in them, but tonight it's all about who can keep that crazy contained, stick to the rules, and come out with the win here. Mickie James in the corner, Chelsea Green mounted punches, but Chelsea Green shoved off by the former women's champion in WWE. But also another similarity between these two, they're both former Knockouts champions. Mickie James looking to knock out Chelsea Green here. She drags her back towards the center of the ring. Mickie James, many people criticize her recent WWE ventures, as she never got to show off why she is a legend, why she is a first ballot Hall of Famer, in my opinion. And a victory over Chelsea Green here tonight would definitely cement her as one of the very best. Well, I mean, even if she's able to hang in there, she could still prove that she's one of the very best. And there you see Mickie James targeting the arm even more of Chelsea Green. Of course, we know the injury history of Chelsea Green as it pertains to her arms, and that's why Chelsea Green is getting a little bit more aggressive here against Mickie James. And look at this! Look at this! Looking for a dirty pin, feet up on the ropes, and still not enough. Mickie James able to fight out of it. But yeah, Chelsea Green trying to get a bit more aggressive. Against Mickie James after she was trying to target her arms. Chelsea Green going to be looking for the unprettier finisher. Mickie James there was trying to set up for the Mickey DDT. Hard to say for me. But then Chelsea Green follows it up with the reverse DDT. Perhaps a shout out to Major Wrestling Figure Podcast's favorite wrestler, Stang, with the reverse DDT, the Scorpion Death Drop. Ooh! And Chelsea Green with another knee across the head of Mickie James. And now look at this, wrenching on the neck. And there you see Chelsea Green trying to slow down the pace of this matchup, trying to outmaneuver Mickie James, trying to wind her, trying to get her out of breath. And there you see the crowd not having any of it. But I don't think Chelsea Green cares. Oh, wait a minute, Mickie James skipping back up to her feet, answers back with a running bulldog. Mickie James finding new life in this match. Chelsea Green taking her eye off the ball for a moment. Mickie James making her pay for it with a drop kick off the middle rope. Everyone remembers the matchup Mickie James made in her return against Asuka at NXT TakeOver Toronto. Can lightning strike here for Mickie James where it did not there, defeating an up-and-coming talent. Both these women have something to prove here tonight. After being released from WWE, they want to show big WWE that they made a mistake in letting them go, that they are some of the very best women's wrestlers in pro wrestling today. Oh! And Mickie James, gets hip tossed by Chelsea Green out of that attempted submission hold. And Chelsea Green lining her up in the corner. What's she looking for here? Oh, Chelsea Green with a big bicycle kick, taking down Mickie James. Here we go, cover, 2 count, and a kick out by Mickie James. And this is where we start to see the frustration setting in for both women. They cannot put each other away. They have to come up with more and more maneuvers. We might have to see some stuff we've never seen before. And there you see Chelsea Green getting a bit more aggressive, stomping away on Mickie James in the corner. Ooh. And there you see her stomping continuously. Mickie James trying to get away. Oh. I don't even think these are looking like prime strikes. I think they were just looking at like random hits. Oh, and look at that. Look at that. Shout out to her fiance, Matt Cardona, one of the founders of Major WF Pod. Oh, and now Mickie James now suffering the wrath of Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green targeting the arm of Mickie James. Anything you can do, I can do better. Look at this. Oh, going after the arm. Very beautiful maneuvers here by Chelsea Green. Perhaps picking up something from her friend, the current Knockouts champion of Impact Wrestling, Deonna Purrazzo. Now look at this. Chelsea Green going off the ropes. Oh, missed with the kick. Mickie James caught the foot. Oh, and a twisting, a dragon screw, bringing down Chelsea Green, and Mickie James now has the advantage. Luthez press, raining hard shots down onto Chelsea Green. Now Mickie climbing to the top rope. Chelsea Green rolling out of the ring momentarily, trying to get away from the dive or whatever. But only for a moment as Mickie James hits her with the cross body down to the mat. And now Mickie lining her up once again for the Mickie DT. Missed with the kick. Oh, Chelsea Green with the forearm out of nowhere. Spins her around. Chelsea Green, shot to the gut, looking for a Mickie DT of her own. Hits her with it. Mickie DT by Chelsea Green. Look at that big DDT. And now Chelsea trying to drag her back towards the center, not wanting a rope break attempt here by Mickie James. Could this be enough? Beat her with her own maneuver. No, it's not. Chelsea Green nearly beating Mickie James with her own move, the Mickie DT. And Chelsea Green is irate, yelling at the official. What is Chelsea going for here? Uh-oh. Chelsea looking for a steel chair. And the referee. Oh! Drop kick by Mickie James to the outside. Things were about to get very dangerous there with that steel chair as Mickie James tosses Chelsea Green down towards the barricade. The referee at a count of 3. Both these women have got to get back inside the ring now. The referee at a count of 4. Chelsea Green still on the outside. You know Mickie James isn't going to want a count-out win here. But I'm still surprised. Chelsea Green kind of one of the women that set up this matchup, and she tried to get it over with that steel chair. Thankfully, Mickie James stopping it. Referee's at a count of 7. Mickie James off the top, off the apron, looking for a hurricanrana. Chelsea Green moving out of the way and sends her head first into the ring post. Did you hear the smack of the ring post? And Chelsea Green tossing her back inside the ring. Uh-oh. Oh, and now the curb stomp. The curb stomp into the mat, center of the ring, right there onto the logo. After already going head first into the ring post on the outside. Here we go, cover. This has got to be it. 2, 3, no! Mickie James kicked out. How the heck? She went head first off the ring post and then ate a curb stomp in the center of the ring. How the heck did she kick out of that? I'm confused. Chelsea Green is obviously confused. Oh, and Mickie James showing signs of life. Grabbing her by the hair and hitting a running bulldog. And Mickie James showing signs of life. Chelsea Green kipping up to her feet. Big clothesline by Chelsea Green. Chelsea trying to hold on to this matchup. Catches the kick. Trips up Mickie James. Both these women trying to prove they're the best. And so far, Mickie James has the advantage. And once again, looking for the quick roll-up pin. Is this going to be enough? Just like at the beginning of the matchup. And Mickie James not able to put her away yet again off that roll-up pin. Mickie trying to go to the top rope. And Chelsea Green stopping her in her tracks. What is Chelsea looking for here? Superplex off the top rope. Superplex. Oh, wait a minute. What the? She held on. She rolls through. Falcon's Arrow. I don't think I've ever seen Chelsea Green do that. Incredible move. Superplex and the Falcon Arrow combo, but only for a 2 count. Like I said earlier, these ladies are going to have to pull out moves we've never seen them do before. And that is one of those moves. I have never seen Chelsea Green do that move. And look at this. Look for the bicycle kick again. Mickie James with the flapjack. And Chelsea trying to roll out of the ring. Mickie James won't let her. Throws her back inside. Ooh, shot to the gut. Chelsea Green down and out. Center of the ring. Mickie James climbing to the top rope. What's she looking for here? Big splash! Off the top rope. And now Mickie could be looking for the Mickie DT again. Oh, Chelsea Green with a massive shot to the gut. Oh, Chelsea Green trying to spin her around for the unprettier. Oh, looking for the Mick kick. Big clothesline by Chelsea Green, countering the Mick kick. Mickie James got floored by that clothesline. And now Chelsea sees her opening, spins her around. Unprettier. The unprettier by Chelsea Green. Mickie James is down and out, and Chelsea Green picks up a huge career-defining win over Mickie James. Holy cow. What a matchup. Well, here you see the highlights early on. Chelsea Green not wasting any time, running down to ringside and attacking Mickie James before the bell even started, before the match even started. Chelsea Green implementing a lot of punishment, and then as soon as the referee rung the bell, Mickie James rolling up Chelsea Green. Honestly, if this matchup would have ended right there, I would have laughed my ass off. But Mickie James not able to put her away with the roll-up pin. Chelsea Green and Mickie James going back and forth here with these moves. And Chelsea Green tried to cheat here early on using her feet on the ropes. I think it was a combo of the referee seeing it and Mickie James kicking out that kept the matchup going. But Chelsea Green proving why she is one of the best women's wrestlers in pro wrestling today. And definitely a future women's champion in many, many promotions. Honestly, should have been in WWE. Mickie James firing back here with moves like this, the crossbody off the top rope. Later on, both women going back and forth. Mickie James looking for a Mick EDT. Chelsea Green countering out and then hitting her own Mick EDT here onto Mickie James. Look at this. Bam! Mick EDT by Chelsea Green. Still not enough. Chelsea Green trying to go for a steel chair on the outside. Mickie James with a drop kick square to the face. keeping the matchup going. And then look at this move. Look at her hurricane run off the apron. Chelsea Green caught her out of midair, drags her back up to her feet. Bang! Head off the ring post, and then tosses her back inside the ring. And to add insult to injury, the curb stomp, center of the ring. I thought this was going to be it. The ferocity of that curb stomp still wasn't enough. And then Chelsea Green hitting this superplex, rolls through, hooks it into a Falcon's Arrow. Still not enough. In the end, Mickie James trying to look for the Mick kick right here. Chelsea Green countered it into the clothesline, and then Mickie James was floored, unprettier by Chelsea Green, and Chelsea Green picks up a big win over the legend Mickie James in an incredible contest here. Yes, Chelsea Green is apparently very excited about her big win here tonight in the major wrestling arena, as Chelsea Green celebrates in the ring, and Mickie James is still out on the floor after taking that unprettier, probably due to the possible concussion she got after going head first off the ring post. And Chelsea Green may have said that she looks up to Mickie James as an idol, but here tonight, Chelsea Green showed no mercy from even before the opening bell, and it paid off as Chelsea Green picks up the big win over Mickie James.